Hi Pisces, welcome back to As Above So Below Healing Tarot, where you are the magic baby. This is going to be a reading for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus Piscean. So Pisces, how are we doing? We in between eclipses, and it kind of feels like rock bottom from SpongeBob, if you, if you know what I'm talking about. Millennial in me is coming out. No man's land, so you may be having migraines, you may be having, you can't sleep. There's a lot happening. I know I have a headache today. I did not sleep well last night. So we are in between. We're in the weird portal right now. So, and there's no planets in Earth, and we have Saturn, and Saturn's doing his thing right now. There's a lot happening. So hold on. We are going to be out of eclipse season on Friday when that full moon in Pisces happens. So, but in the meantime, I'm here to help you out, to keep you a little grounded, keep you understanding the clarity. So let's get into this. All right, we've got my Halloween Oracle deck. Spirit, what's going on for Pisces? What does my lovely fishies need to know? Heard swimming in the chaos. So, all right, we have Night Song. That's refreshing. We have Hidden Talents. So, Pisces, I feel like this is an opportunity for you to tap into your hidden talents, really to showcase what it is that you are good at. I know for me, I love singing. I love music. And I have been, kind of going and singing in my house and doing all the things. I used to be in choir back in high school and middle school, and I was in musicals and all the things. So tapping into your hidden talents, the things that really spark you up and give you great joy. Some of you may be seeing a lot of cardinals lately. This can be messages from your loved one to give you some encouragement. So we love that. Okay. All right, Spirit. What else is going on for Pisces? We have the Audacity deck, my fave. All right, Pisces. I love this. You have the Two of D's. So I feel like you are really like, this is the energy of putting yourself out there and flaunting, which is totally not Pisces, but this is almost just like, yeah, here I am. Like there's a bit of humor and lightheartedness. Like everything's on fire, but it's fine. We're fine. This is this just is what it is. But you are really, I feel like, grabbing life by the balls lately. And that is refreshing because I know Pisces can be a bit more of a passive sign, but I feel like you're really riding that fire horse. So, all right, Spirit, what else is going on? Financial and material changes. All right, we have 5 here. So some of you may be having a lot of financial shifting, maybe shifting jobs, possibly maybe going into business for yourself and getting out of the matrix, getting out of the liminal society constructs that are keeping us locked and bound in the system that doesn't work. But there's a lot changing here, and some of you may also be changing relationships. So right on time, babes. In eclipse portal. So, we have sacral chakra. Okay, so this is the seat of your emotions. This is the flow, the creativity, the play. Some of you may be getting energy work, maybe getting some Reiki, but there is a really big creative energy here that wants you to grab a hold of it and utilize it and work with it. So, all right. Let's get into the tarot. Nightmare Before Christmas. All right, Spirit, what else is going on here? This energy kind of feels like delirious, but you're making something out of it, it's riding the chaos. All right, Spirit, what else is going on here? 3 of Presents, Knight of Candles, 8 of Potions and 5 of Presents. Wow. Ooh, and you got Queen of Needles, which is the Queen of Swords at the bottom of the deck, Pisces. Wow. You are utilizing that sword. You are cutting clear, fast, quick communication. Pisces, there's something that has had you move away from being overly emotional about something into it is what it is, despite how I want it to be. It is what it is. But I feel like you have really pivoted your energy in your direction towards other things that are going to help build you up. So the 3 of Presents, this is about community. This is about teamwork. This is about collaborating with people who have a similar vision. And you're really in an era of, if there's any sort of jealousy, if there's any sort of smelling some bullshit on people, I'm out. I'm not here for it. You are really, really using your discernment. You are using your sharp clarity to help move you into situations that are going to help benefit you and give you some money, honey. We love this. All right, we also have the Knight of Candles. We have the 8 of Potions, and we have the 5 of Presents. So I'm going to go a little bit deeper here. But the Knight of Candles, this is Fire Horse energy, which I feel like you, again, are utilizing that to your advantage. And there's something that you have released, something that you have walked away from. And this is walking away from emotions that have kept you in a specific cycle, kept you in a looping environment. And this may be work, this may be relationships, but you are really taking yourself and you're removing yourself from conflict that you don't have to be in. And I feel like this is heavy environmental energy. And we also have the 5 of Presents here. So I'm going to clarify this. Spirit, what did Pisces walk away from? The Fool. Wow. Woo, Pisces, did you make a big judgment call and go out on your own with something and you trusted faith, you trusted spirit? Wow, and the Tower. Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, 3 of Wands. Yeah, I think that you have made a decision to move away from situations that can't match you. And you are really in big boss mode energy, I feel here. And now you have the clarity and you have the energy to look at your talents and say, how can I bring more of this out into my everyday life? How can I bring this down into a tangible 3D thing where I can help do this more? Or, you know, maybe you are getting paid for something that you thoroughly enjoy. You know, I feel like you've freed up your energy away from caring so much about what other people think, caring about carrying the weight of other people's emotions or problems. And you are now like, I am funneling this and moving full force into my future, because you have the 3 of Wands and the Fool here and the Tower. This is, you deconstructed a foundation that was not stable. And that is total like boss energy. And this is also like, spirit is like, if you do this, you will be rewarded. And I think that you are now starting to recognize, like, I have to trust spirit, and I am living my life through intuition. Yeah, it may not make sense to other people, but this is what I'm being guided to do. So, Spirit, why is the 5 of Presents here for Pisces? 6 of Cups, man, that keeps coming out. All right. Page of Swords. Yeah. 3 of Pentacles again. Okay, so Pisces, you are leaving a situation possibly with a long-term friend, partner, something long-term that you possibly have good memories with. But again, it left you in a state of confusion, in a state of feeling like you can't trust yourself. And that's something that you are really turning away from. And this has to do with anything, with people, with jobs, with anything. And you were like, I have to go on and learn something new and put my talents elsewhere because this isn't it. This isn't doing it for me. But you are standing in your authenticity, and I feel like people are starting to notice that. They see a big shift in you because you're flying free, and you are trusting that spirit is going to catch you on the other side. And that is how dreams come true, baby. I love that. Okay. Spirit, where is Pisces going? Where is Pisces going? Where are they headed? Page of Potions, okay. Hearing that song, listen to your heart. Ace of Potions, wow. Page of Presents, okay. So you have some page energy here. You have Page of Potions, you have Page of Presents, and you have the Page of Swords. So the only one that's missing is the Page of Wands. And so this is something that maybe you're not a master at it. Maybe you still have some learning to do with something, but this is going to be sustained for the long haul, and it's something that you absolutely love to do. So if this is you opening up your psychic gifts, if this is you working with healing modalities, or going back to school for something where you are having to leave an old version of what you knew behind that you relied on for stability. Again, with this financial and material changes, maybe you are having to come a step down in being in pay, you know, in how you are being paid. But the trade-off is that you are happier. You are more aligned with who you are, and this is just temporary. This little step back in financial, you know, changes, it's just temporary, but you had to crack that foundation in order to build anew and build a more sustainable structure. And I see that with the Page of Presents here too. So, and you have the Six of Presents, or the Four of Presents, sorry. So you may be holding on to your resources a little bit. You may be saving your money, really looking at your spending habits and making sure that you don't go over budget for whatever. But you're in self-preservation mode, and that's something that a lot of people don't know how to do. And I really feel like you are, again, breaking out of that matrix thinking, and you are like, do I want to be a sheep and follow, or do I want to be a wolf? And maybe you have to be a lone wolf and do your own thing for a little bit, but you are going to be so much better on the other side of that. Whereas if you just continue to do the same thing because you were comfortable, your untapped potential would go to waste. And I think that you're being called and you're like, I can't do that. I came down here to live in my purpose and live in my truth, and that's what I'm going to do. So let's see what No Bad Day says. Spirit, what's going on for Pisces? Knowledge. Yep. So again, some of you may be taking courses, refining your skills, going back to school, learning, whatever this is, you are investing in your self-development. And Spirit is cheering you on. And I love that cap here. I love the graduation cap. So some of you may be graduating, which is amazing. You also have gratitude. So staying thankful and staying in the vibration of gratitude every single day is going to attract more of that to you. Ooh, and you have guide at the bottom of the deck. Yeah. Pisces, Spirit is guiding you, and if you are seeing things that are like, did I just see that, or did I just get that, like that opportunity, know that people, your team is working behind the scenes to help support you in your growth, and you're not doing this alone. You are trusting and you are surrendering and you are bringing in your greatness. I love this. This is beautiful. All right, Pisces, please like, share, subscribe, and put down in the comments, I attract support and aligned partnerships. And also, if you would like a personal reading, Reiki, hypnotherapy, I can do that all online. It's in the description box below. And also, Pisces, if you are interested in learning tarot, I will be holding a tarot alchemy course on October 7th or 8th? 7th, sorry. And it starts at 8 p.m. and it will go for 2 months, but we are going to be learning the tarot in and out, the symbology, all of the archetypes, everything. So if that's something that you're interested in, I'm going to put the link down in the comments below, but I will see you on the next one. Blessed be. Bye.